Hey, welcome back. It has been a couple of days, maybe 3? No, 2, 3? I don't know. Since I recorded anything. I've done a couple of readings for myself personally, but nothing for the collective, mainly just because I needed to take some serious time to rest and get back to center and also allow some time to be in connection with my loved ones. I think that's necessary. I was reminded by my loved one that when I started this, a week, 2 weeks ago, I don't even know, it's crazy, that I had said in the beginning I was only going to post probably one video a week or something like that. And then the next thing I know, I'm posting like every day. And it's because I felt like it was necessary. The storyline that was coming out, who knows if it's going to continue. We'll see. I think I was called to put it out there. And please know that while the storyline is familiar to me, I honestly could not even tell you what I said in certain videos. I'd have to go back and look. There's something energetically that happens when I start this that even though I'm probably saying the same thing, I think I am actually in some videos, in some of the readings, it's almost like I'm in a trance and everything just comes out as it comes out. And then the next thing you know, I honestly couldn't even tell you what I said. For those that are new to the channel, and for those that have started subscribing, hold on one second. Thank you. I said that last time, I think I did. If I didn't, thank you. That is so sweet. I'm so glad. Anything that I can say, if it assists or can help guide, I mean, that is the only purpose of this. That's it. But for those that are new, please go watch the intro video. It's very helpful. And even like right now, if you've made it into the 2 minutes, go ahead and skip ahead if you don't want to hear my chitter chatter. That being said as well, I watched some astrology today. I was called to really, there's a couple people on this channel that I subscribe to. Please go look at who I subscribe to. If you don't get a message from me, that doesn't mean that there's not one out there for you. There are some amazing readers out there, okay? But the folks that I follow on the astrology side, I went and looked this morning. Again, something just called to me and was like, hey, let's see what's going on in the universe besides just how I'm feeling energetically. And energetically, I almost feel like, which is funny because of what came through the astrology, I almost feel like I'm in the last couple of pages of a chapter getting ready to start it new. And the reason I say that's funny is because if you've watched the other readings, I mentioned this kind of forward movement and yet a period, and allowing yourself this period of like mourning things that are no longer coming into or staying into your life as you move forward. So, this is funny because, well, to me it's funny because I don't do astrology. I'm not that person. It's so much. It requires so much knowledge and so much research, and I'm not saying it's not worthy. I am so thankful for the people that do it. I'm just saying my brain doesn't operate that way. But what I learned this morning, and again, go look at who I follow for astrology. Every one of them. I went and kind of like parsed through the videos in the last couple of days that were recently uploaded. Pam, I believe, is the one that I think is where I got like the most information from my notes, but I'll just tell you, go watch. Don't take my notes as like this is more important than listening to her, because I think what she has deciphered and seen is like it's amazing. Anyway, Saturn, there's a Saturn-Neptune conjunction either that we're getting ready to go into or that's taking place right now as Saturn moves direct, and it's going to be moving direct fully into Pisces, I believe, and then by February into Aries. Mercury has gone direct, but if you follow other readers, know that this stuff, when you're in retrograde and then moving into directness, sure, whatever. When you're moving into that, it can take a minute. It's not like instant, but you can start feeling the impact instantly. Like all of a sudden you feel less clumsy, or you feel more clear. And that is kind of the theme, I believe, that we're going into for December, is this clarity coming in. But again, if you went back, well, if you watch my readings, there was an oracle card that came out sometime this past week, and it was the void. And the void is necessary. It's the in between. And I think that is exactly where we are. I mean, it's so, I love it when these synchronicities take place. Again, I don't do astrology, but I feel that very strongly. And I felt that very strongly, that we're in this period of change. And when you're in this period of change, yes, you start seeing the light, these cracks that are formed around your cocoon, if you will, whatever hole you buried yourself in, because that's the period that we've been in as well. There's these lights that are starting to come in as you move forward a little by little, and maybe even quicker, right? And as this light has come in, it's slowly exposing everything that you need it to expose. Part of that, however, is seeing what you've had to let go, or will have to let go, or are currently letting go. Sometimes this is a literal, for lack of a better word, loss, physical loss, okay, of a person, loved one. Sometimes this is the loss as in you are letting go of the relationship, you are even letting go a part of yourself in order to move forward fully into this new phase, into the new version of you. But all of those can be true. So anyway, as you're, let's say, drifting apart from where you were, who you were with, who you were, give thanks. I know, how cliche, right? Especially here in the US, we just had this holiday. But seriously, give thanks, because that period of your life has it's what's, and I think I actually said this the other night, it helped to mold you into who you are. If you don't like who you are, first of all, I'm going to call bullshit. Yep. I'm going to drop the words today. I'm going to call it. Everybody has at least one thing that they like about themselves, whether it's a shoulder, it's so stupid, a fingernail, their eyes, or something mental, the way that they think about something, the way that they feel about something. Some of us feel too much, right? And so we don't like that, but at the same time, there's almost this undercurrent of we wish other people would feel more like us. Some of us don't feel enough, and we don't like that, but at the same time, we see ourselves in reflection, of others, to where it's like, maybe if more people felt less, or whatever it is, everybody has one thing, a hair strand, a freckle, their taste in music. Taste in music is a good one, honestly, but you like it about yourself. So even, remember that. When you're in these moments and you're like, I don't even like myself, how can I be thankful for everything that happened? That's how. What's the thing that you like about yourself? The one thing. And you take that and remember that one thing would not be what it is if not for all those other things. And this is like therapy in 5.5 seconds. And I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm getting on this soapbox, but for whoever needs it, you're welcome, I guess. And remember, I'm not a licensed anything. So this is just my opinion. But disclaimers, they necessary. But take the thing that you love about yourself and make that your umbrella. Make that the umbrella that helps to nourish all the other pieces that maybe you don't like so much. And let that be the love. Because you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. And I think that's a lesson that so many people have been in and have been learning, are still learning, will learn forever. It's a never-ending process. Remember that too. Growth is never ending. There isn't like, oh, I've learned this. Okay, yay. No, it doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. It is a forever, well, it's energy. Think about that. Energy does not stop. This is science. We have not been disproven. It has not been disproven otherwise. So just go research energy. But it's real. This is life. It continuously goes. It changes directions. It can speed up. It can slow down. It can gain strength. It can be weakened. However, it never stops. Never. That's what growth is. That is life. And even in death, for those that are going through this period, even in that, it doesn't stop. We don't stop. We are transferring. We are transforming. This is life. Anyway, so going back to the planets, I don't know who that was for, but you're don't hate me. I'm so sorry. Don't hate me. Here we are 10 minutes in. I haven't even started the reading. But the main message is let go as you're moving forward. And letting go means that you allow yourself the mourning. You can mourn and be happy. You can be both. You do not have to be an extremist. You do not have to be someone who is all in one side or nothing at all. That's imbalance. Okay? So as you let go, you move forward, you continue on your path, you step. Some of us need to run. Some of us need to just jump off the cliff like the pool, like the fool. Please do not actually jump off a cliff. Again, disclaimers. It's on my channel. If anybody, don't take me literally. This is a spiritual channel. And okay. Anyway. The other thing going on in the universe, remember that you need to nourish yourself during this process, because there is going to be an upheaval, an upset of sort. Not that we haven't already been experiencing this in many ways, but it's something to do with your Uranus. Again, please go look at the professionals on this, but there's this movement and it's highlighting flight or freedom. Flight and freedom. I'm sorry, not or. So some of us, again, that's where we need to speed up. Some of us will have to, will be forced to, because this phase that we're going into, well, the things are going to be happening whether we like it or not. And so it's really up to you to use this and to transmute the things that are going to be happening into flight and freedom. And to remember that that is where you're going, whatever freedom means to you. The best way to do this, how it was said in the video that I watched, the one main video that I love, is put yourself in a perched position where you are looking at the things that are happening below. Okay? Because it's going to happen regardless. Put yourself in this position and use what you are seeing, like, to transmute, to see what direction you're going to go. And when it comes to well, hold on, let me back up. Because there's going to be this like trickster energy with Gemini, and the Gemini full moon, which is later this week on the 4th, 5th. I don't know the exact timing, but here in the U.S., it's like, I think it's right at the 4th, certain time. I don't know. Google that. There's this deception that is going to be clear. And if you're in the right position, and it should be clear regardless, because the full moon is going to illuminate it, right? Now, that can make all the shadows appear as something else. That's where this trickster vibe comes in. So remember to look at the path. Look at the path. And again, going back to flight of freedom, the way I say that, or the reason I say that, is because you need to actually be the idealist right now and look past this present, all this stuff that's going to be going on in the next week or two, really for the whole month of December, I think. Be the idealist, look past that, because that's where you're moving. And so long as you're continuing to look past what's happening right here, and you're moving from that perch position, that flight, right? You will be exactly where you want to be, because that's where your focus will be, okay? And what I mean by where you want to be, there's this thing that happened, again, not an astrologer person, in the summer months here in the United States, May, June, July, but specifically more around June. And whatever you allowed to take root during that period and allowed to grow through the soil, okay, the seed that could bloom, it's going to come into like full blossom as we enter 2026. So January into February, but January is when you'll start to see the full bloom take place, okay? So as of right now, getting through this month of December, and I say getting through because it's a fun and joyous time for many. It's also a very hard time for many, okay? There's a lot of mixed emotions that take place during this month, especially for those of us in the winter seasons, and I don't remember hemispheres and all that crap, but anyway, so as we're going through December, just remember, look to that period, because that period is where you had already started to manifest what you let take root in the May, June, July, but especially around that June. Some really beautiful things typically from those that I've talked to and from my own personal life were taking place around that time. And that's when, so early 26, you're going to start seeing that all come together and just sprout. And I think That's it. Oh, sorry. If you don't take this perch position and do this and you decide to go down in here with the shadows with everybody else, okay, don't do that. You're going to get stuck. And you don't want that. Because then you're standing in your own way of your forward movement, right? So take this perch position, be the observer, be calculated actually in this sense. For the good of one to the ill of none, this should not be anything malicious, ever. But so long as you're doing that, you'll be able to act. And it is necessary right now in this next month or two to act. Whatever that means to you, okay? But you're going to need to, because if you don't act, someone's going to act against you. And that was an underlying message that came through some of the astrology as well. And maybe you want them to, right? If you're in partnership, however, you should really be doing that together. Just saying. There is this message of leaning in. You know who your team is. If you don't know who your team is, you will very soon. This finding your tribe thing is, I mean, again, it's one of those like catchphrases of a sort, but it's real. It's real. You need to know who your people are. So anyway, that's going to be taking place. This is part of that kind of towers coming down, clearing the path, full moon illuminating. Don't look to the shadows. Look ahead. Do it from a perch position and move forward. All right. So now that all that's out, I feel like we need to do a reading because that's what you came here for. 16 freaking minutes in. I hope you got something out of that for whoever needed to, because I apologize otherwise, or that you know how to skip ahead. I want to use the Tarot of the Abyss to do the initial spread, because I think I think linking with the astrology that's taking place. And today, oh, by the way, today is Sunday, November something another. Where are we at? The 29th, 30th, because tomorrow's 1st, right? Yep. I'm going to look at this as going into the next couple of days. That's what I'm going to ask Spirit to help me focus on. But I want to use the Tarot of the Abyss because this is kind of like my See Things Clearly deck. It's a newer deck for me. I love this deck. The artwork is amazing. But I want to use it for the initial spread, and then we can do some clarifying. And what we clarify with, I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Probably, maybe the gold and black, actually. Because it's a traditional, oh, I just dropped a card. It's a traditional take on the Rider-Waite. And cards just fail, and full was the one. It's funny. It's funny to me. So we're going to do that. Yes? Yes. All right. Again, if you are new to me, please go look at the intro video. I am not for everybody. I know that. Hell, I'm not for me all the time, much less everybody else. So this is a cleansing oil. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, it's lemon and lavender, jojoba, argan, and coconut oil, MCT oil. So this is for cleansing and balancing. For my hands, as that is how I shuffle and receive. It is how we receive and give, actually. For those that are not into Reiki, sorry. For those that are, you'll understand what I mean. I brought that up a couple of times. Yes, I have done some training. Because of course I have. Once upon another life, I was also an esthetician, and skin was major. I have since left that life, and stress of life and me. I am an aging, but it's whatever. This purpose right now is to balance the energy. So I'm sorry for all the hand movement again. Fast forward. But I want to make sure we're getting the right flow here. All right, let's do this. Almost 20 minutes. Let's see if I can do a reading in less than 20 minutes. How about that? And then we're still on, regular timing. We'll see what happens. So silly. Goddess, God's universe, thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you for helping. Thank you for standing back when we need to learn things on our own. Thank you for giving. Thank you for taking, because even in that, there is gifts. There is gifts. There are gifts. Goddess, God's universe, my guides, my spirit guides, I ask that you please allow whatever messages that are allowed to be received by those watching come through the cards, by extension through me. Please help me to better understand what it is that you want me to share. If the message is for you, viewer, person who is watching, my people, I hope that we find guidance together through this. If it is not for you, if it is not resonating, please just leave it. Don't try and make it fit. You don't need the extra chaos. Life is enough, I promise. Check out the people that I follow, that I subscribe to on this channel. Again, they're who I consider the GOATs. If you don't find a message here, I am sure you will find one with one of them. We are a community, we are a collective, we are in this together. Cards bend, by the way, and they're not always so easy to shuffle in the same direction all the time. So if you change them around, if you happen to have a tarot deck and or you want to learn tarot, different card stock, different coatings, different things can impact the shuffle. How you shuffle is not necessarily important so long as you mix it up and get your energy in there. Yes? All right, let's do this. One card at a time. Whatever messages are allowed to come through. One card. We have Four of Wands. We're starting with a foundation, possibly a celebration, giving thanks. This is like blowing out candles on a birthday cake, right? Supported, encouraged, uplifted. Focuses on this one person. Energies for the next few days as we transition. What messages do you have, universe? What messages do you have, my guides? How can we help? Four of Swords. So we have Four of Wands and now Four of Swords. Taking a beat. Armor off. Swords up. Resting. There's two birds perched on the helmet and one on the sword. So we have 4, 4, 2. We're going to move the hair. Yeah, stuck in the car. Wow, hello. That felt like an accident. What else do we have here? Energies in the next coming days. We have the High Priestess. There is balance here, yin and yang. There is moon crescent. There is a doorway. Higher power, higher knowing, inner knowing, intuition, trust, faith. Why? No! Dang it. It happened anyway. So much for less accidents. Okay. I'm always dropping cards. It's like unavoidable. I swear. Let's put these in. Okay. Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. This is beautiful. This is working with the universe. Touching the threads of time even. Time. Touching the threads of time. And the sun. Illumination, growth. The sun is almost like a mirror there in the center. You see like the path. Can you see that? Sorry, here. It's beautiful artwork. Four of Wands, Four of Swords with the two birds. And I said 4, 4, and 2. And then the High Priestess comes out, which is a 2 in the major arcana. We're going to take transformation here. Death, sun, and death. The tree. Tree of life. Eliminating the loss. Life. Breathing in. every reading. Queen of Wands. Also the Psychic Queen. Sorry, as you can see from the top of the crown here, it's like there's that crystal that is receiving and or releasing, but I believe I look at this as receiving the messages needed. Using the fire, using the flame, the inner passion, the inner knowing, ideas, Eight of Swords. So I'm getting a lot of like, what is this? So like highlighting. I'm gonna say highlighting energy. Let's roll with it for a second. Four of Cups. So Eight of Swords, Four of Cups. Worry, fear, mourning, the Emperor. Ten of Wands. Heavy lifting. The Emperor does have a lot of responsibilities, typically. King of Kings here. The World and the Five of Pentacles. There is a cycle here coming to a close. This, I love this, okay. But you see, the cycles are always, they're always continuing of some sort. So it's never ending. The Ouroboros, I will never ever say it correctly. Get over it. Make fun of me. I don't care. But cycles never end. They are continuous. They can change. They can change, okay? You can break a cycle in a sense that you can create a new one, but cycles, they're never ending, all right? And then, so that, the World with this Five of Pentacles, I believe you're going to be coming out of the cold. Whoever that is for. Because the Ten of Wands is also coming to an end of that journey, the heavy lifting. Whoa, that's way too many. One at a time, please. We have Five of Wands here too. Fives also mean change, so 5 and 5, 4 and 4, 5 and 5. So, you know, this period of, I'm going to put this with this because I believe they go together, the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. 4 into the 5. 5 is the action, 5 is the change, which moves in the suit into the 6. And then we have the Devil and the Two of Wands. Trapped. Seeing the trap. Why did that? Seeing the trap. Those come out together. Seeing the trap. You've gained some insight. For some, the devil has made you feel like you're trapped. Yeah, you're trapped and you've now seen the way. There we go. The Fool. What'd I say? And look at the sky. You see two birds? I see two birds. Flight. I love it when this happens. Sorry. I do. I love it when this happens. Like all the things, again, I don't do astrology, all the things that are coming out. and the message that I got from the professionals' messages. And here we are with confirmations, is what I believe. So you can be in the shadows or you can break free. And I believe that this is for the person that is in this, that is absolutely breaking free to take flight. Ten of Pentacles and the Magician. What you saw, what you manifested, the Fool. In order to have this, you have to take the risk. You have to take the risk. It is scary. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. Like, for real, I can't. I relate. The Magician. You know, and I love, hold on. What I really love is how this is going from it's a whole life in a sense. But it can even be from present to future. There's the aging of the hands here, the steps that go into the other. What I said, what you allowed to take root and grow, and here's the tree of life. You have to take the risk as the Fool. You have to be the Fool. You have to, or nothing changes. Even small risk. Calculated risk, that was a big message this past week as well. The Magician, what you've manifested again. I don't know if you could hear my stomach. It was just a rumbling. I ate an apple. Ten of Swords, again, another ending of pain, despair, looking at someone you don't know. Swords are thoughts. Keep that in mind. And we don't have, I mean, besides the Four of Swords and Eight of Swords, there's not a lot. So this is jumping ahead pretty quick. 4 to the 8 to the 10, right? This is quick movement. And it's a mental. So wherever you were in your head, this taking rest period into the, oh my God, how do I get out of this period, and seeing the way and having this morning as you are taking control, taking charge, and finishing up this heavy lifting, the cycles then change. And what felt like being trapped, you see clearly now. You take the risk. It's a calculated risk. Maybe even take the hand, whoever this is for. But it's a journey of togetherness, manifesting what was. The being in your head and seeing all the thoughts. Okay, so this Ten of Swords, this is what it is to me. Anyway, this can be the worst pain of your life, but you see, they're not all stabbed into him. Like, they're actually like around. And thoughts are just thoughts. They're not tangible until you speak them. Okay, be careful. And there's a good note there. Be careful with the stories you tell yourself, because those are the ones that you'll believe the most. Okay, and then yeah, that's mine. No, you can't take it, but yes, you should use it. Be careful the stories you tell yourself, because those are the ones you believe the most. Swords are thoughts. It's mental. It's air. Is this person actually carrying a sword, or is that what you think? Is this person coming to save you, or do you think this person is coming to stick the last sword in, right? That's your brain. I think as this comes to an end, let's see. What do we see? 1 or 2 more cards to finish up this message, please, Spirit. And then we'll clarify. Justice. You'll see the truth. The clarity is coming. What did I say? A period of clarity. And you're ready. You're ready. There's the truth in your hand right there. This is the Nine of Swords. Quick. Action. Action. Love it. All right, let's clarify. Okay. So the Queen of Wands here, the knowing, the seeing, intuition and fear can look a lot alike. That's also a message. It's one that I've had to even get to myself, you know, be real with myself. So for whoever needs that, Initial gut. Initial gut. Not the feeling that comes after the initial gut, not the two thoughts that are formed, sometimes even simultaneously, but the initial gut is typically your intuition. Typically. We are human. We are not perfect beings. We can not say that this is the case 100% of the time, but typically your initial feeling is your intuition. It's your gut. What can happen immediately after that initial gut feeling is that you then question what you felt, and or you don't believe what you felt, and you can make it into something completely different, and that can be fear. I know this process intimately. And fear is powerful. Fear can make you think something like shadows is one thing that it's not. So you need to look beyond, and you need to look at the illuminated path. I am actually kind of shocked we didn't get the moon. We did get the high priestess with the crescent. Is there a moon in any of the others? No. We got stars, though. And we have the sun. Illumination is what makes the moon so bright, right? So the sun and the death card, that's where I kind of want to go. We've got Wheel of Fortune, sun, and death card. What's the clarifying card? Can I have a clarifying card for this message, this part of the message, please? Oh, 4 cups, look. Confirmation. 444, by the way. Something that you didn't see coming as you're mourning, as you're looking at the 3 empty cups. Or 3 cups that didn't work out. Can I get one more for clarification? The sun to the death. Because that's what these lead into, is this 4 cups here. And then there's the Emperor. So this is for the Emperor. The mourning period, 10 of Wands, the World, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. So the Emperor, can we confirm these are cycles that are coming to a close for the Emperor? Definitely. 2 of Swords and the World card. 2 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles again. So for the Emperor, a decision. Changing the dynamic. Changing what was traditional. Changing what you've always done. You're no longer doing that. For the Emperor. Trusting the universe. There's another crescent moon. And another 2. There's 2s. 2s and 4s. 2s and 4s. 2s, 4s, and 10s. 2 4s and 10s. So, decisions. Understanding, taking a moment to see the foundation that was built, the rest that is necessary before taking the action of change, before the change takes place, whether you like it or not, because that's really what the 5 is about. The change is happening, whether you like it or not. And I think for many of you, it's a like. It's just a matter of, there's that acceptance again. And then that's what brings the closure of these cycles. We have the confirmation with the World twice. I mean, again, I cannot make this up. And so what, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, Magician, 10 of Swords, Justice, and the 9 of Swords. What's the most likely outcome here? What's the most likely outcome here? Goddess, God's universe. Next few days, energy for the next few days. What is the most likely outcome here? Knight of Wands. So we have Knight of Wands. Most likely outcome. Action. Fast action. Passionate. Whoa. I like it. 10 of Swords again. Fast action. Closing it out. Pain. Yes. Strength and courage. Oh, did I even show you that? I'm sorry. I don't know that I showed you either, but 10 of Wands. The Knight of Wands, 10 of Swords, courage. Strength to do the hard things. This is what leads to the new life. Judgment. Anything else? Anything else on this? Oh, hello. Yes, coming out of the cold, the Five of Pentacles. Another confirmation. That judgment to the Five of Pentacles, that is coming out. So coming out of the dark cave, out of the cold into the light. And I'm being told to do one more. Yeah, we'll do the Traditions of Tarot here. So this is another sticking with traditional Rider-Waite. Goddess of the Universe. Ooh. The most likely outcome, the most likely outcome, the most likely outcome. Going into this week, next few days, most likely outcome of this energy that's taking place in the universe. My guides, can you help me to decipher what it is? I just see the moon on the bottom. Seven of Pentacles, growth, seeds that were planted. The most likely outcome, Goddess, Universe. Can you confirm here the most likely outcome? Energies as we are moving in from the fives into this full status. Seven of Wands. There's action, defending, and or protecting. Whoa, way too many. The most likely outcome here. The need for action, the need for action, the need for actions. So whatever is taking place for you right now, this is what you're going into. I said the Seven of Pentacles. Here we go. Seven of Pentacles. The need for action for whatever had grown. And then you have the Eight of Wands. That is fast movement, communication. It's the action. So whatever, again, it goes back to me. The warmer months is when we do a lot of growing here, especially in the Southeast United States. Well, before you get into too hot and everything dies July. But it's not funny. It's funny to me. The seeds, the crops even that you sow, like whatever it was that you were sowing, whatever it is you were, like this is what has got to be. The decision was made. You now have to do the thing. Anything else? Goddess, Universe. Anything else? I'm done. Wish great. Oh, sorry. Freaking YouTube and MJ said it best. It's art. Get over it. It's art. Star card. The sun. Star, 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 star. Action. Illuminated. You gotta move. You gotta do the thing. It's all gonna be highlighted for you. All right. Look, only a little over 40 minutes. I got through all of my talking and did the reading, and we have all the confirmations based on things, to me, how I interpret this, that are taking place in the universe right now. So we also have a lot of major arcana. So there are major shifts. Major shifts. I mean, we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3, 4 on that out of 6. First card's out. Then the Emperor, the World, that's 8. Devil, 9. Fool, 10. Magician, 11. Justice, 12. That's the main reading. Just the main reading. Out of the confirmations, clarifying cards here, we've got Emperor, the World, Judgment, Strength, double cards, and then we have the Sun, the Star. I mean, forever needed it. I hope you got the message. I sure did. It is okay to mourn while you are moving. In fact, sometimes it's necessary. Because life doesn't stop. That is also a very strong message here recently. Life doesn't stop. We don't, it doesn't pause for us just because we're going through things. And that's actually, it may not feel good in the moment, but that's probably a good thing. Because can you imagine if it did? How long would you be stuck there? Your life would be over by the time you figured out some things. Life has to keep moving. You are not one-dimensional. You are not two-dimensional. Duality, yes. But you have to keep going. That's the growth. That's the cycles. That's the purpose of us being here on this planet, is because there are things that we came to learn. I truly believe that. As I said that on the bottom, 6 of Cups. Things we came here to learn. I love it. So I want to do an oracle, and then we're going to close it out. And for those that have stuck around for the entirety of this soapbox and tarot reading for the general collective, thank you. I want to do... I think I want to do one of Journey of Love, because there was a little bit of love in that reading, but it was specifically about, more so to me, the Emperor. And then the Native Spirit, which I feel like will be for the collective as a whole. The action that's needed and what you need to do in the process of this. Both of these cards will actually help, I think, with that, whatever comes out. But for the Journey of Love, Goddess, God's Universe, can you give me one card to help as guidance in the process and the steps that are going to be necessary in the next coming week. Next coming week especially, it seems like there's going to be some steps as this full moon comes in towards the end of the week, Thursday and Friday. Illuminating a path that is needed. Illuminating a path that is needed. Oh, and I don't know that I mentioned this, but I woke up this morning with the words preparation for a reservation. So for some, that's necessary. It was definitely for myself personally, I think, but also just in case. All right, let's do this. One card. For those that are dealing, the message that had anything to do with intimate partner relationships, love, or just in general, whatever is meant to come out. Goddess, God's Universe. One card, and there we go. Heart of God. I mean, I said love. I said love. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful. That, I want to go ahead and do this one for the collective as well. Goddess, God's Universe, if I can have one card from the Native Spirit for whoever needs to get the message. For whoever needs to get the message? Okay. I don't know why I said that. Hello. Yeah, I'm not doing well with these today. One card, please. For whoever needs the message. That is, we'll take that top one, White Buffalo. Because I feel like that's important. Immediately when I saw that. Alright. I don't know what either one of these mean, but I feel they're good. So we're going to do Heart of Gold. Gold. Oh. Huh. Heart of God is the name of the card, but Heart of Gold for those. Maybe you're dealing with someone that you feel like has a heart of gold. There's a song for that. It's an old song. Heart of Gold. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Stop. Ignore me. Reflections abound. All right. Reflections abound. Heart of God. You are a part of something profound, a divine calling and privilege. It is the role of inspirator upon this earth. Let me try this again. I too can read. Yes, I can. You are a part of something profound, a divine calling and privilege. It is the role of inspirator upon this earth, the women and men who have hearts capable of bliss. Bliss is what we feel when we let God in. The heart opens and we cannot speak for the sensation of it. It cannot be described. Great hearts can tolerate mystery. They can bear the informity of divine bliss beyond analysis and description and simply be. You don't have to do anything with it, you see. To be the inspiration is to have a heart open to the divine. It's a life calling. Your heart is an inspirational force to be loved, recognized, and protected for the precious catalyst of divine awakening that it is. Be led by your heart. God is in it, speaking through it, calling you forth to love, and the love that flows through your heart filters out through your toes, dripping on those beneath you as stars falling from heaven. This oracle holds a message for you, direct from the divine. You have a sacred purpose to fulfill upon this earth, and it's all sorted out. This situation, this issue, this awakening that you seek and are living even now as held lovingly in the hands of the divine creator. Is held lovingly, in the hands of the divine creator. The creator says to you, leave it with me. It's all unfolding in perfection. I am alive in your heart. I am your heart. When souls are touched with love sublime and hearts unleash the wonderful found, a promise made somewhere in time of words that speak without a sound. In gratitude we transcend space and bless the gifts we now can keep, of thoughts caress in soft embrace and eyes allowed in joys to weep. The moment's song that we compose will live this life with no regret and carry forth what we impose to chart again a course once set. For what we have is ours to own, each breath a step we measure sweet. Together now we wait alone and walk in peace, our hearts complete. I love that so much. So, I mean, that can be the message here is to be open. You have to take the risk, the calculated risk to me. Let whatever you call God, universe, spirits, goddess, any other name from any other spiritual practice or religion, whatever you feel is beyond you, okay? Let that energy take it. Give the worry to that. Be open to receiving what is meant for you as you are on your perch and the path is highlighted and you continue, because you have to act. You're getting ready to have to. You're going to have to no matter what. That's the key here. And when you do, have faith. White buffalo. This is going to be a video. All right, let's see. I know people who like books are appalled by how I handle these. I'm sorry. I like books too, believe it or not. Oh, white buffalo. Card meaning. Abundance and security are flowing into your life. All things are possible. Balance and harmony prevail. You may be called upon to stand up for others, but you can do this because you have the support of many beings in the spirit realm. Your native spirit wants you to know. In Native American traditions, there are prophecies about the coming of the white buffalo, especially among the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota. There's a legend that white buffalo calf woman, a mystical being, came to the people a very long time ago when they were out of balance. She gifted the people with a sacred bundle containing the white buffalo calf pipe to help restore the balance. Upon leaving, the white buffalo calf woman prophesies that she will return at the end of an age, and that she will appear as a white buffalo calf. In recent times, white buffalo calves have been born, leading many to believe that this is the beginning of a new time. When this card chooses you, it's an honor, for it speaks of a time of miracles and balance in all things. You are a channel for the greater forces in the universe. With their help, all is possible, but without it, things can be a struggle. Here we go. Surrender to support from the Great Spirit. You do not have to do everything alone. The journey. Shapeshift into the white buffalo, and the energy this card brings will multiply tenfold. Imagine that you can feel the power in your muscles and the earth beneath your hooves. Feel the weight of your horns and the warmth of your hide. This calls the deeper energies of white buffalo into your life. Because you're going to have to take action. Whatever that is for you. That has been an overarching theme as well this past week. You are coming into this period where it is not going to be a choice. Choice was already made. Then you had to go within. There was a lot of healing that had to be done, that is going to continuously have to be done throughout your life. Period. That's always. This morning, however, because you were seeing the things that you had to leave behind, because you were seeing the differences in yourself, the different version that you are becoming, the different version you have, or will have to, in order to take the next step. The next step, which is like almost right here. It's almost right here. Because cycles are closing. You're doing this already. Even if you're not aware of it, you are closing out chapters. And I told you, like, I woke up this morning and I just felt like this was like the last few pages, and then shoop, here we go. How long it takes you to read that page, this is where it's per individual, right? Especially if there's like 5 left, you feel like, yeah, this should be quick. And then, the 5 pages could take, life happens. Life keeps lifing, and it could take you another week. It could take you another month. It could take you 6 months. I don't think you're going to have that choice of that longevity here. That's the feeling that I'm getting, and what I'm feeling is happening with things in the universe. Time is not going to be on your side if you want to go slow. You are going to be pushed, and you are going to have to trust, and you are going to have faith, and you're going to have to be the fool that's ready to take that step off, okay, or step towards. The full moon that's coming in, look to the light, the illuminated path, the sun, the star, the wish that you made, what you manifested, what you planted and started to take root and started to come and sprout from the earth, right? It is getting ready to come into full growth here. Now, full growth does not mean, and it's done. Think of the tree. The tree can grow really fast in like a couple years, right? But, then it lives. Universe willing, depending on where you're planting it, hundreds of years, depending on the type of tree. There's fruit, right? Like there's vines and things that grow, and then it takes a minute for the fruit to actually come. So full bloom, meaning for some, I think that you will be able to, that 7 of Pentacles, harvest what it is that you've been growing, and you'll be able to eat on it for a while. It'll be something that sustains you for a good time. For those, I believe, perhaps the rest of their lives. For others, it'll be something that helps to sustain you as you go into another cycle. But there is definitely newness, letting go of the old. Old not meaning anything negative, but just the old chapter. And allowing yourself to mourn as you go into this. I'm repeating myself over and over, but whoever needed it, there you go. And we have reached almost an hour. So thank you for those that have stuck around. I hope you got a message that you needed. If not, again, check out those other readers. But if so, please don't forget to like. The thumbs up actually helps the message to be shared more than subscribing. But I mean, if you feel that I'm a good fit for you, please do subscribe as well. Thank you so much. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Bye.